What does it mean to be unreservedly yourself before God? I think that the idea of being yourself before God can't mean that you're not faking God into making him think you're something that you're not, because God knows who you are. He knows who you are infinitely better than you do. What the idea of being yourself before God is about is more about how to be yourself before yourself. Being yourself before God relates to how you pray to God and how you interact with God. Now, it seems that the more I think about it, the more prayer doesn't seem to change God as much as it changes the person who is praying. So being honest with God is a kind of way of being honest with yourself. And I think that being honest with yourself is really, really important. In order to be honest with yourself, you have to know yourself. But how do you know yourself? I think the only way that someone can really begin to know themselves is relating to God, because God is a part of the nature of a self. A self is itself and connected with God. That's what a self is. So in order for someone to know who themselves are, who they are, they have to be connected with God, and they have to care more about the truth than they do about being happy. And I think that's really difficult to do, because I know that that isn't really true of me, that a lot of times I care more about being happy than the truth. But in order to really know who you are, you have to care more about the truth than being happy. Because one of the ways we don't know ourselves is by lying to ourselves, because we don't want to face the reality of who we really are. So what it means to be unreservedly yourself before God, I think, entails knowing yourself. It means you have to know yourself. And I've been thinking a lot about what it means to live your life before God. And I think that part of living your life before God really explains how every kind of sin is a sin against God, because it's a sin before God, at the face of God. So when you lie to yourself and refuse to know yourself, you are also lying to God. Of course, it's a lie that doesn't really fool him, but that doesn't change the fact that you're lying before God. And I think that it's really helpful to think about life as being lived before God. Not in the sense that God is watching, so you shouldn't do anything wrong, but rather that your life is spread out before God, at the face and at the feet of God.